Okay guys, so this is another little video I want to put up here to just get to the bottom of something that I have been reading on a couple of website message boards, and I don't know if anybody has ever kind of I think it may be just a claim or a supposition or whatever it is, but anyway, on the right-hand side here is a Kawasaki ZZR 1200 cylinder head. You can see that I have cleaned one of the combustion chambers there on it, and because I want to do a little experiment and measure the capacity of the combustion chamber on it and compare it with this one here, which is the cylinder head of a Kawasaki ZRX 1200 R, but an S. It's exactly the same whether it's an R or an S. You can see really the only difference that I can see, apart from there being there's these fins on the side of it, whereas the ZZR one doesn't have that. But obviously the most obvious difference is on the intakes here. It's downdraft compared to the ZRX one. And you can't put this ZZR 1200 head into your into a ZRX, because the carburetors would mount here, and the angle that they're at would interfere with the shape of the frame of that bike. So what a lot of people do, myself included, is they get a ZZR 1200 engine and they swap a ZRX head over onto it, and that way you've got higher compression pistons, you've got a 6-speed gearbox, etc. And you've also, then what you do is whenever you move this head over onto the ZZR 1200 engine, you obviously can take and swap over the cams as well, because the cams on the ZZR have more of a higher lift on the lobes, etc. And a lot of people like that with their the ZRX. But anyway, for the purposes of this, now I've heard people say that along with there being the ZZR pistons, 1200 pistons, the being slightly higher compression than the ZRX 1200 pistons, I've heard people say, well, the combustion chamber is also smaller in volume on the ZZR head than it is on the ZRX head, and that also gives you that bit of extra compression. But I mean, although that has been said by a couple of different message boards, I want to actually measure the volume of each of them and see if that is in fact, if there's any truth in that, or whether that's just a myth. So what I'm going to do is, I have a thing here. This apparatus here is a burette, and you'll see that there's a scale on it there, and so what I'm going to do is, I have a piece of perspex that I've made, and you'll see like a little hole in it there. Well, that's countersunk. I'm going to I'm going to put the valves in. You know, there's 4 intake valves and 4 exhaust valves, 2 for each head. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here like this. Obviously going to seal that up with some Vaseline, and seal the valves with some Vaseline as well, so nothing leaks. And then I'm going to use this. Now some people use you can really use anything you like, but I'm just going to use this coolant, this engine ice coolant in here, into this thing here, this burette, and then I'm going to fill one of these combustion chambers and see what the volume is, and then do the same on the ZZR head. The other thing is, you've also got to remember, is I'm going to be using 2 spark plugs, which would be typical of the spark plugs that you would use in both ZRX and ZZR. So I'm going to put a spark plug in each of the 2 combustion chambers, and then put the valves in, and seal them up, and measure it. So bear with me. Okay, so I've got the spark plug in this combustion chamber on the ZZR head, and I've also done likewise with the ZRX head. And so now I'm going to, now these valves they're all the same. They have all been cleaned. They obviously haven't been lapped in or anything like that, because this is just an experiment. I see something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some Vaseline around the edge of the valve, the land of the valve there, on both the exhaust ones and the intake ones, and mount them in these, or seal them up in these, in the combustion chambers here, and then I'll be able to measure. Okay. So there's 2 of the exhaust valves in there. You can see the Vaseline residue oozing out. I've just put it round this one, and I'll just pop it into this one here, the ZRX head. There's it there. Do the same with the intake valves. Okay, so there's the 4 valves in, the 2 intake and the 2 exhaust valves in the ZZR 1200 head, and the same in the ZRX head. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to seal around here with some Vaseline, not letting it encroach into the combustion chamber, and I'm going to plop this on here, and then so we'll do the ZRX one first, and as you can see, the coolant's in there, and it's at 0. It's at 0, and perspex with a hole in it is sealed down onto the combustion chamber. So let's fill this and see how much it is, see how much it takes. Okay. Okay, so here is the combustion chamber on the ZRX head, completely filled There's the tiniest little bubble there in the corner, but that would make absolutely no difference really whatsoever worth talking about. That's it. That's a let's see what that's measuring there. Let's see if we can get. That's about. What is that there? That's about 17.8. Is that what that was right? Well, there would be 18, that big line. 17.9 would be there. I'm calling it at 17.8. Or 17.9, whatever. But that's it. That's it. Send. We'll go with that. And as you can see, combustion chamber is filled. Right, okay. Let's do the ZZR 1200 one and see if there's any difference. Okay, so we'll do the ZZR 1200 one. And once again, as you can see, it's at 0. And let's go for it. You gotta stop it every now and again, and then I was saying there, you've got to stop it every now and again, and then just you know, move the thing and tip the head up a wee bit so that, you know, there's absolutely no air bubbles or anything down at the one end, and then start again just to make sure that it's completely filled with 0 bubbles. So I'll just start it again. Okay, so that's the ZZR 1200 one, completely filled, as you can see. Not an air bubble. That's not an air bubble in sight. It's completely filled. There you are. And according to this, that measures slightly more than the ZRX one. That is 18 point, what is that? Is that more? I can't even remember what the other one is now. Well, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'd have to check it on the video. Can't remember what I said there, but that one there is about 18 point, what is that? 1, 2, 3. For goodness sake, I need to stop my hand from shaking. Aye, but 18.3. And that's what that is. I mean, like, I can't really change that. That's just the way that is. So I'd need to double check and see what I said for the ZRX one, because I can't really remember. But something makes me think the ZRX one was less. That is there anyway. All right. So there you go. You've seen a direct comparison there using that burette to measure the capacity in the combustion chamber between the ZZR 1200 engine cylinder, or sorry, cylinder head, combustion chamber, using the same valves and the same plug, etc., as the ZRX one. So, I mean, whatever that difference is, if you were to multiply that by 4 across the 4 combustion chambers in the head versus one head versus the other, then you would have a bit of a difference there, really, but anyway, that's what I see. I see what you see here. And what is that there? 18, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Depends on the angle I'm holding it at. That's it. I can't really sort of say anything more about it, but you've seen it there with your own eyes. And there it is. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you later. Bye. I'm just going to go back and double check the ZRX one after doing the ZZR one there, because yeah, looking back on the video there, this ZRX one measured at, I think it was about 17.8 or so, and this one here measured about 18.3 or 4. So I just want to double check that. Once again here, I've started off with the measure up to the 0. So I'm gonna just try it again, just to double check. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so there is the combustion chamber on the ZRX one, ZRX 1200 one. Double checked for the second time. As you can see, it's completely filled. Minute bubble there, but like that's great grief. That's not, no, that's I'll be satisfied with that. And what's that? Is that as it was before? Where is the we need a bit of white paper or something. Let's see this. There's 18 there. Oh, it's about 17 point. What is that there? There's 18 there. It's about 17.8 or so. About 17.8. Yep. There's 5, 6, 7. 17.7 or 17.8. And the other one was 18.3. So, as I say, I've double checked it. And there it is. Not really much more I can do, boys. That's just what it measures. And make that a bit of paper. That's just what it measures. And I would like to say that they were the same, but according to what I'm measuring, they don't appear to be. This one here seems to be a little bit bigger. And this one here, a little bit smaller. As I say, 17.8 about what, 5, 6, 7, about 17.7 or 17.8 there for that one, for the ZRX one. And this one here was 18.3 or 4. Okay, guys, that's it. We've just gotta go with that. So if anybody tells you that there's the same, maybe they could measure them differently from me, but I'm measuring them there with what you see there, and using the same piece of perspex, the same valves, the same plug, the same coolant, the same everything, and the same apparatus. So there you go. Okay, see you later. Thanks for tuning in, lads. Bye.